moment for America's AI industry. That's a reference to the panic in the U.S. when the Soviets leaped ahead in the space race in the 1950s. So Margaret Brennan joins us from Washington. Margaret, Sputnik moment, or is that a little overhyped?
Well, it could be a Sputnik moment or a shot across the bow. All of it matters, John and Maurice, because the U.S. and China are in an arms race when it comes to AI. Former President Biden said it's the most consequential technology of all time, possibly, and it poses profound risks. So this technological leap made by China's DeepSeek using inferior computer chips at a cost 20 to 30 times less than leading American firms really got the attention of CEOs and investors that I've spoken with today, who think this could drive more urgency among companies to innovate. If the technology is lower cost, more people may use it. And President Trump's AI czar said today, we can't be complacent. We know the last administration tried to keep America's edge in this space by banning high-tech chips from being sold to China. So news that a Chinese firm claims they did all of this with basic computer chips does raise national security concerns.
And what are those national security implications, Margaret? How do we expect the Trump White House to respond here?
We don't know yet, Maurice. I have spoken to U.S. policymakers who are always skeptical about believing what any Chinese firm claims because of the tight Communist Party control of industry. So they're not completely convinced DeepSeek is being honest when they claim they achieved a breakthrough on their own. But in terms of risk, a CEO I spoke with today joked DeepSeek makes TikTok look like Sesame Street, meaning the U.S. is trying to ban that social media app TikTok because of evidence that its owner can and will siphon up information about Americans and use it to control and shape information that they consume. So DeepSeek could do the same in the AI space. And at this hour, millions of Americans have downloaded it. So keep in mind here, Chinese law requires companies to assist in intelligence gathering if it is requested by their government.
Okay, Margaret Brennan tonight in Washington, thank you.
And there is another Chinese threat to U.S. security, and it also involves high technology.
Jim Axelrod shows you how Chinese spies are targeting U.S. service members on social media to get American military secrets.
It was here on this sprawling seaside Navy base in Southern California where Thomas Zhao, then a 26-year-old naval electrician, admitted to passing sensitive documents to an undercover Chinese intelligence officer. We obtained this recording of his confession.
So why were you taking money from him?
I mean, money. This is taking a couple pictures. He absolutely betrayed his country.
Sitting across from Zhao on that day in August 2023, NCIS Special Agent Ryan Norris.
I think he, over the past 2 years, had a relationship that he knew was nefarious, and I think he was realizing he was finally caught.
The gig was up.
Exactly.
That nefarious relationship began in a networking group on the Chinese-owned social media app WeChat. The Chinese intelligence officer posed as an investor.
The intelligence officer presented himself as a researcher that was looking at the global markets.
By then, Norris told us, COVID had made it more difficult for spies to travel abroad. So China's intelligence officers started leaning on virtual espionage, gleaning military secrets through online contacts. In the last 2 years, federal law enforcement agents have told us they've identified about a dozen such cases. They've secured convictions against 3 service members recruited by suspected undercover agents of China.
They will turn over every stone to try and collect what they can.
Kevin Vorndran heads the FBI's counterintelligence division. U.S. officials told us China is trolling professional networking sites, including LinkedIn, to find American service members and others who hold U.S. government security clearances.
Members of the military, former members of the military, list their resumes. It exposes their expertise. And through that, it makes targeting by an intelligence service and a sophisticated intelligence service simple to accomplish.
In Zhao's case, what started as chats about stock trades began to veer into sensitive areas. Questions about naval exercises in the Pacific, where China seeks to challenge U.S. military strength.
In the end, he received approximately $15,000.
Court records revealed the agent asked Zhao to take photographs and videos of restricted areas, and told them to destroy evidence of their communications.
How does that not raise every red flag available to Thomas Zhao?
It should have. And Zhao stated that he questioned the intelligence officer occasionally.
When I tried to cut the relationship with them, it's like, it's already like kind of late.
You feel like you were trapped?
Yeah.
Zhao, a U.S. citizen since he was 12, was arrested, pleaded guilty, and is currently serving more than 2 years for bribery and conspiracy. But his actions did not rise to the level of espionage.
I was like, this is impossible.
His wife told us while her husband made a mistake, he was just as shocked as anyone that he was dealing with